Today we have Venus conjunct Uranus in Taurus, and the Uranus in Taurus is like this underlying vibration, and it is literally a vibration that says change into this, and it's the Taurus vibration that is asking to be calm and earthbound, relaxed, health-oriented, therapies, nurturing, kind of more like pampering. It's Taurus, so it's very earthy. And that's the call. That's the vibration that says, you better change into this. And it's really just like change into stop and change into no, don't do, but relax and change into uh, be calm. You can do without rather than pacify that particular, what is it? The Taurus vibration. They say that the Buddha was a Taurus. And so his story is just that he got so exhausted that, he sits under the tree and passes out and then wakes up and looks over at the monastery full of monks dressed in all the jargon and doing all of the activities. And a little girl runs up and gives him some bowl of something to eat and says, "Man, you look pretty, like, you're looking pretty bad. You need this." And he's like, "Yeah, sure." And he's like kind of looking around and thinking, I think that this is more what it's all about rather than this or that. It just is, and I'm going to stay here. And so that's the Buddha is like, not even um, you know kind of stubborn, stabilized is really the word, stable. Anyway, that's just one thing, but you see the Venus conjunct Uranus actually points out a very unpredictable love for something within somebody's chart. It means possibly, yeah, experiences, flashes of intimacy in affairs that are like unpredictable. Just would depends on where it is and how it's working. But anyway, in Taurus for us all, you know, well, it squares my moon, so it figures that I would vibrate something about it today, and particularly. But and you gotta love that Taurus vibration. I know I am because I have Venus in Virgo, and then eventually that the Uranus is trining my Venus, which I can see that I'm being primed for real love in my life. And what's been happening is just a primer. It's like but I'm not sure if, really experiencing what I just gone through, and I don't know. I know that there's a possibility that it could be easier with another set of hands here, and I'm not looking for a miracle except for just I know what it's how people can be useful to each other just right on time. Like you scratch my back, I scratch yours. Anyway, the narcissist, people that whose elevator doesn't go all the way to the top. They're making themselves useful to themselves, and they're making you useful to themselves too. The whole association is to benefit them only, really. They are playing a game of just, did I win on that one? Did I win on that one? Did I do it? And they want you on the spiral down, and it's just fucking get away from it, because it's poor programming. It needs to die. All of that shit. It's like, come on. So how does that work for you in the end, really? How many people, narcissists do have a lot of people in the background, disgruntled, dragging, and then they have what they call fleas. They'll turn you into a flea because what? Well, if the gift giver narcissist, yeah, they want you to be a flea, and then, anyway, God, getting on that subject matter again. I hope you like it. Nah, why? Well, right now with Mars in Cancer, it's not easy for me. It's not easy for any of the Aries, Libra, Cancer, Capricorn. That Mars is the aggressor. It's kind of the narcissist, and now it's in the sign of Cancer. Cancers in particular need to take vital care of their health, their stamina, and everything. They could experience really high energy and then a low because they don't get rest from that and it could just burn them out. You know, I was born with Mars conjunct Sun. It's not a bad thing. Um, the Mars Aries vibration has a bad rap because of their ability to be angry, but anger isn't always unproductive. In fact, that is what is getting shit done as far as we need to change things, and we get frustrated first and we just do it with all of this steam, and otherwise we get depressed. That's the truth, and a lot of people don't know that. And it's like, hello America out there, learn how to get pissed every once in a while and follow through with whatever passion it was. It's like, depends on what hits them full of fluoride. You know, do they just give it up and get all depth perception off and forget about it the next day, you know? But back to this energy for me, babes. I guess I can give you my pre-apology to the people that, you know, they're not used to somebody like me who's just free-flowing in expression, and then I can get emotional and burst out, and um, uh, that's entertainment. You know what I mean? I think it's funny sometimes. I look at it myself, and I think it's comical where I'll start just steaming, and I'll hit a point, and it's like, well, that was hilarious because it's the truth. And like, anyway, hopefully that'll happen. I think it will. You know, with the Mars, actually, it's trining my Jupiter. I have a little story behind that where really I practice love. Mars and Cancer moving forth to the 10th degree of Cancer trines the hell out of my Jupiter right there. If anything, I will, I'm experiencing a good level on my physical body. I'm actually feeling a lot of love from something that I can't see. It's not necessarily people. It's something that says, I got you, I got you, I got you. And it's like, I think when I shed my body, this thing, now this is very Piscean, you know, and I'm probably going to hit a peak with this. And so when I shed my body, I think this thing is always going to be the same. I still got you. I still got you. And it's not a figure outside of my own awareness. It's just like, oh, it's just me. I got me. I got me. Okay, so now what? Play the violin while you go. Where do you want to go? That's the big question. What do you want? Man, this plane is for visualizing um, your ideal because it's certainly not going on. And I didn't mean in people. I mean in your environment. That's what's affecting your mind and then your human relationships. Really. There is a rumor that says, you know, your mind is going to be affecting your body and in your environment. It's like, to an extent, no, but if you have a healthy body, then your mind will stay in shape better. I mean, if you keep your body moving, your mind will get blown out of depression and stuff. I know this is for a fact as an Aries. It's like, I will literally, my body will start aching unless I go out and just start running and chopping wood. And it's like, oh God, it feels so good. And dancing, you know, somebody said that, and I thank you for mentioning that. Yes, dancing gets rid of, blows the mind out, and it gets rid of physical pain. It's amazing. It's like, uh-oh. Man, I say, uh-oh, it's because this is easy and everybody's fucking up not doing this. So I'm just apologizing. I don't have to either. It's just energy, babes. And so if Mars is going to be squaring my Mars and my Sun and my Pluto and my ascendant, there's going to be a little T-square happening when it hits at 6 degrees in the early April here. Man, I just got a little bit of a headache right there. You know, it's like, it's, you know, just be careful those times too, and whatever you do, don't let the narcissist know any of this. Gosh, they're going to take advantage of your dip, and I don't we don't pay attention to the haters. You know what I mean? Except for just realize, well, that's just energy, more energy coming to you. I'm not a psycho like that though. Really, I practice love, and where it's needed the most is the people who are miserable enough to dislike a cat playing in the snow or something like that. You know, what they are is just looking for attention, and I hope that you like that few seconds that I just gave the hater um, an attention that they don't know what that is. They don't like it. I mean, just give them love, and they're like, nah. You're not feeling miserable enough to me. And it's like, you can never feel miserable enough. The fucking miserable people out there, they're posing as searching for an answer. It's always somebody else's fault. And then something else, something out of their control. And it's like, well, yeah, of course, for one thing, you can't own people and you can't control people. There is a delicacy to that language, talking about own. I mean, you should claim ownership after a while and say, no, this is my ring of energy and this is what I bring to the table to what I allow in my life here as far as this. And man, yeah, what I've experienced lately, I make sure to just say, no, actually, that was all the right thing I did, as well as, it's not um, wrong to fall vulnerable and ask for help and need people after a while and need it and say, well, okay, now I really think a partnership would be nice, to do what? Shit, I don't know, babes. I'm 50 years old by now. And in my particular situation, I'm just thinking, well, it's not about the one-on-one. That's weird, isn't it? It's looking weird to me anymore. I'm an Aquarius moon, even though who doesn't love the intimacy involved and the transformation that does happen. I've had great friendships, and of course, I talk about plenty in my other videos that you bring, well, because I'm a woman, I feel I have, not, I think, this is what I know, and now I feel this is the duty of women, is to bring men up into her sex, because he is very just, and he doesn't realize it's like, that's not even what I'm all about. After a while, it's, you need to get over that awkwardity and say now, and try to bring it up into a human association. And then I say very intensely, if you put it together with your own mind, just close the curtains, turn out the lights, lock the doors, and sit with it yourself. That this is in case, it's a woman's duty to bring a man up into a human relationship, which would include her sex. This is in case human civilization wants to emerge out of this organism that is kind of, unless it includes the full round intelligence system, which now I am going to continue on to say, as a Mars ruled person, and Mars is squaring, and it's like, I don't care what you think about this, but we're going to talk about sex, and it's like, that's the number one thing on the plate there. Who gives a fuck what one person's doing and the other person's? I'm sure that the woman can find food too, and he's hunting, and whatever's going on in your caves. If you happen to be interested in each other and you get along, you better make sure you're getting along. Right? And what is going on out there where I am running into men who don't know their way around? Say, at least, are you interested in getting along there? I mean, come on, we're fucking 40 and 50 years old. But this has been all my life where I'm noticing it's not been much. I'm just noticing intensely, oh my God, this guy needs help. He needs bringing up. He needs to realize I have a totally different anatomy here. But see, at the same time, now I'm talking about almost my autobiography, and I'll wrap it up now. I'm 50 years old now, and I'm changing and saying, well, by the way, you're supposed to do this. And this too, because what if there are kids sitting there going, what? Being fed by what? The mainstream? Sex education? No. Women are responsible. Why? She should be responsible for honoring her body. And her duty is to slow that man down, bring him up into consciousness, and say, by the way, I'm here and I'm human. How about that? Because the fact is, okay, now can we talk about narcissism again? That has always been in the 60s and even before then, these problem, whatever they call it, is mainly a male issue disease, mental disease. They are too egoic. They are abusive, period. Why? Because it's a state of mind where they have it in their head See, this is what it is precisely, kids. And now, if you don't like me, I don't care. But you can go and find the real information from psychologists, and they will tell it to you just kind of like this. They have an idealization in their head. They only place an image of you in their head, and they are dealing with that even though you are sitting there right in front of their face. They are communicating and dealing with only that still. So I say personally, you have to slap them out of that. How do you do that? With your sex. You just blow their mind out. You say, boom! And I am certainly not whatever it was that. After 3 decades, you don't know your way around me as the opposite sex, and you're coming on like you're interested? Slow down a bit. This is interesting to me. I get nothing but thank yous, babes. Sex is a form of therapy. It should be like it's exactly like food to me. If there's spam and junk food, and then there's the stuff that you should pay attention because it's only going to make you healthy. And now talk about what would make a civilization emerge, and as a human civilization, which hasn't happened yet. Now we're getting close to extinction of the human organism. It doesn't mean that there isn't something left there, technically. Um, the narcissist is non-human. And so we can go full circle here. You got to pull them up by the ears, actually push them down by the ears and say, there you go. Just kidding. No, really.